Unit 3. Discharge of contracts. A contract is said to be discharged when the rights and obligations created by it come to an end. The discharge of a contract can occur in several ways, including performance, agreement, impossibility, breach, and operation of law. This unit focuses on various modes of discharge of contracts. 1. Discharge by performance. A contract is discharged by performance when the parties to the contract fulfill their respective obligations as per the agreement. Performance can be of two types. A. Actual performance. When all the parties to the contract fulfill their contractual obligations completely and properly, the contract is discharged by actual performance. B. Attempted performance, tender of performance. When a party offers to perform its obligations under the contract, but the other party refuses to accept it, the contract is not discharged, but the party offering performance is relieved from further liability. 2. Appropriation of payments. When a debtor owes multiple debts to the same creditor and makes a payment that is insufficient to cover all debts, the method of appropriating the payment becomes important. The rules for appropriation of payments are: debtor's choice. The debtor may specify which debt the payment should be applied to. Creditor's choice. If the debtor does not specify, the creditor may appropriate it to any debt. Appropriation by law. If neither party makes an appropriation, the payment is applied to debts in chronological order, starting with the oldest debt. 3. Performance by joint promises. When two or more persons jointly promise to perform an obligation, the liability of joint promises is governed by the following principles. Joint and several liability. All joint promises are equally liable to perform the contract. If one promiser fails, the others must fulfill the promise. Right of contribution. If one joint promiser performs the entire contract, he can claim a proportional contribution from the other joint promises. Release of one joint promiser. If the creditor releases one promiser, the others remain liable unless there is an agreement stating otherwise. 4. Discharge by novation. Novation occurs when a new contract replaces the original contract. It can happen in two ways. Change in terms. The parties may agree to modify the terms of the existing contract. Change in parties. A new party may replace an existing party with mutual consent. For novation to be valid, the original contract must be completely replaced and the new contract must be valid and enforceable. 5. Remission. Remission refers to the acceptance of a lesser performance than what was originally agreed upon. Under Section 63 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872, a creditor may accept a lesser sum than what is due, accept performance at a later date, waive the performance of a contract. No consideration is required for remission. 6. Accord and satisfaction. Accord and satisfaction is a method of discharge where accord. The parties agree to accept a different performance than originally promised. Satisfaction. The new agreement is executed and the contract is discharged. This method is commonly used in settlement of disputes where one party agrees to accept a lesser amount to settle a claim. 7. Discharge by impossibility of performance, doctrine of frustration. A contract is discharged if its performance becomes impossible due to unforeseen circumstances. Section 56 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872, deals with impossibility of performance, which can be of two types. A. Initial impossibility. If a contract is entered into for an act that is impossible from the beginning, it is void ab initio, from the outset. Example: a contract to discover treasure in a place where no treasure exists. B. Supervening impossibility, doctrine of frustration. A contract that was initially possible but later becomes impossible due to some unforeseen event is discharged. Events leading to frustration include change in law, if a new law prohibits the performance of the contract. Destruction of subject matter, if the subject matter of the contract is destroyed. Example, a contract to rent a hall for an event, but the hall is destroyed by fire. Death or incapacity, if the contract requires personal skill and the person dies or becomes incapable. War or natural calamities, if war or disasters make performance impossible. Frustration automatically discharges the contract without the need for any action by the parties. 8. Discharge by breach. A contract is discharged by breach when one party fails to fulfill its obligations. Breach can be of two types. A. Anticipatory breach. An anticipatory breach occurs when a party declares before the due date that they will not perform their contractual obligations. The innocent party can either treat the contract as breached and sue immediately, or wait until the due date to see if the party performs. Example, A agrees to deliver goods to B on 1st April, but on 15th March, A informs B that he will not deliver the goods. B can sue immediately. B. Actual breach. An actual breach occurs when a party fails to perform its obligation on the due date or performs it improperly. Example, A agrees to deliver goods to B on 1st April but fails to deliver them on the due date. Remedies for breach of contract. Damages, compensation for loss. Specific performance, court order to perform the contract. Injunction, court order to prevent an action. Quantum merit, reasonable compensation for partial performance. Conclusion. Contracts can be discharged through performance, agreement, impossibility, or breach. Understanding these concepts helps in handling contractual disputes effectively. The Indian Contract Act provides specific provisions for each mode of discharge, ensuring fairness and justice in commercial transactions.